Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review of Love After Lockup Season 3, Episode 49, Devil on the Shoulder. Child, this was really a filler episode, honey. We really could have done without, okay? It was a snooze fest all the way up and through, but I'm going to try to give the zhuzh that needs to be given, honey. Forgive me if it's not what you normally get, honey, because they're giving nothing this season. So I don't know if we're going to continue along with the Life After Lockup debacle of it all. Y'all just let me know down in the comments if you want to keep going or if you just rather do something else on Saturdays or on Fridays, because you know we have our lives on Fridays, and I mean we're going to be soon getting into Ready to Love and all the other fun stuff, so I mean we can really just let this go. But y'all let me know. If you are new here, then welcome. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Sean and Sarah. When the episode first opens up, Sarah is getting to know her daughter by giving her apples and whatnot. I'm like, girl, this little girl don't know you. They're like, you love mommy? She's like, Child, she watching that tablet. She could care less. Child, she just met you. Over at Sean's house, for some reason, we are filming him in the shower. Okay? Okay. Ugh, child. I almost threw up in my mouth. So he gets out and almost shows us his member. Yuck. Okay? We TV, honey, they gonna be invasive if they don't do nothing else. Child, I do not want to see anything related to Sean's dingleberries or whatever they are. Honey, I don't want nothing to do with it. Child, I'm just happy that he bathes though. So he said, you know, since Sarah's release, he hasn't seen her and he's lonely in this new city. He said he talks and texts Sarah all the time, but she always breaks plans and he never expected to be alone out there. That's what you get, okay? That's exactly what you get for uprooting your life and moving to a totally different state. Try having that much excitement for your own children, okay? That's who you need to be hopping from state to state for, not these heifers. I don't feel bad for him at all, okay? One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do, and you're finding that out the hard way. Moving forward. Over at Sarah's house, she's having a reunion with her BFF, and Sean gets a call from Kelly in his lonely-ass bachelor pad. He's like, you know, I'm so lonely. I talk to Kelly every day on the phone. Oh, not Kelly, the one you dogged out. Honey, it's amazing how we can still manage to be so kind to men that ain't worth a damn. Yes, I said worth. W-E-R-F. Worth. He's like, well, I haven't seen her. And Kelly is like, well, isn't that odd? He's like, well, you know, she just may be a little overwhelmed. No, she don't like you, Sean. Okay, she don't like you like that. She used you for a few coins and she used you for a ride back to her house or to a parking lot so somebody else can pick her up to take her to her house. So back at her house, she's talking to her BFF and, you know, she's apologizing that Sean was even able to pick her up. Do y'all hear me? So she starts giving the age-old excuse about her being overwhelmed, blah, 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 and taking things slow. Girl, please. So Sean is still talking to Kelly, and she's like, you put everything into her just like you did with Destiny, just like a dum-dum. He's like, you know, but she calls and she texts me on the phone. She could have done that where you were. Why you got to move all the way out there for her to do that? Child, you're not making no sense. So Kelly said, well, does she ask you for money? Here you go. Yeah, I sent her a few $100,000s of dollars, or like 5,000 or 6,000. The ignorance of it all, okay? And back at Sarah's house, she's still talking to her friend, and she's like, girl, I didn't ask him to move here. I just couldn't even believe he moved here anyway. Like, why would you move here for me? Like, what? What a loser. Child, this is a fool, okay? And Sean, this is what you get. So Kelly is like, well, at least when I ask you for money, it's for our kids. Child, you shouldn't have to ask him for money. He should be voluntarily sending it, thousands upon thousands of dollars, and you have 6+ kids. And I'm going to say plus because he don't even know how many kids he got. He likes to be used, so let him use him. So then he's talking about, well, you know, after talking to Kelly, she really put some things into perspective. So I'm going to give Sarah an ultimatum. Either she sees me or it's over. Well, honey, get ready to pack your bags up and break your lease because Sarah ain't about to be bothered. Sarah could care less. In the next scene, Lisa shows up, same hair, wearing heels this time. I'm like, oh, hey, girl. He's like, you look very, very nice. Okay, Stan, honey. Now I'm starting to see that you got a line problem. Because don't nothing about what Lisa got going on right now looks cute, honey. You a fool. She's like, you know, I spent the night at my brother's house reading my Bible and decided that, you know, God doesn't give up on people, so I shouldn't either. Girl, listen now. I don't mind y'all playing in each other's faces, but please don't play with G.O.D. Okay? I don't know what kind of scam you running on Stan, but leave G.O.D. out of it. Do you hear me? It dawned on you when you poured your overnight clothes out of that trash bag. That's what it was. You was like, I gotta go get Stan. I don't even have a suitcase. So now she gonna come back and ask for a suitcase, a laptop, and some gym shoes. Child, she just realized she needed that. So she was like, I imagined marriage with Stan. Girl, did you forget what you told us on Love After Lockup? You don't even like me, girl. Stan was like, well, I'm sorry. She's like, what are you sorry for? He's like, I was texting her. I won't text her anymore. Stan, please be quiet. He's like, do you want to be exclusive? Stan, honey, the way you were buying her those synthetic wigs, I thought y'all were exclusive. She said, I thought we were exclusive. He said, well, we never said that. She's like, I live in your house. Honey, it's that hair that's throwing him off. The hair screams, I'm for the streets. Oh, child. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes I tickle myself, honey. Well, all the time I tickle myself. That's just a side note. So she's like, I wasn't with guys. So that makes me, with him, I'm it's exclusive, right? It's okay, child, honey. Exclusive's a hard word. Oh, child. It's a hard word when you're lying about it. She's mad because Stan has a shrine of all the women he's loved before on top of his fireplace, honey, and she's pissed. So Stan is like, it's just some memories. I'm not kissing him or anything. Stan, take those pictures down, honey. Lisa and her extensions do not want all her knotless braids. Whatever that is Lisa got going on top of that head, they do not want to walk by these women with a full head of hair looking at them each and every day and night. Child, ugh. So Lisa told Stan they need to go and see a pastor. And he agreed. But then he goes, me and my wife, we never saw a pastor. Didn't need it. But God is the Alpha Romero, so we got to keep him the head of our lives. The who? God is the who? The Alpha and Romero. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up. Stan, honey, God is the Alpha and the Omega. Not the Alpha Romero. Boy, what are you talking about? Yeah, I know you don't know God, honey. Quit playing on my screen and y'all quit playing in my face, honey. Both of y'all gonna burn up into a puff of smoke playing with God, honey. This is not the place to do that. Okay? A fool. Do y'all hear me? So then they get in their Mustang and it's off to the church. Kristiana and Doug. Kristiana and Doug are putting on their fancy britches to look for a wedding venue. She wants her sister there and he's paying for the venue with all of his prepaid debit cards. Child, I cannot. Moving forward. Brittany and Marcelino. He's been gone for 4 hours, honey, probably down on the Vegas Strip, child, because he is mad, okay? But he's back. Brittany is apologizing now that he's calmer, and she thinks they should go over there and kick Rob's door down and ask where the money is. She says she doesn't know why that wasn't Kanan and Cassandra's first thought, because they're probably scamming you too. That's why that's not their first thought. Girl, think, honey, use your thinker. She said, they didn't think it was a good idea, but I definitely thought it was a good idea. So they're going to run down on Robert. Moving forward. Puppy and Amber. They met for breakfast because they got to film, honey, because that's all there is to it. And Puppy tells her, you really hurt my feelings, while Amber sits there and denies it. They order their pancakes and omelets and talk about the men in their lives. Puppy has a boyfriend. He's a little bit aggressive and whatnot, honey. He tells her what to do, when to eat, and how to move. She said, he has me on a tight leash. Honey, like you're an actual puppy? Oh, child, he confused. That's what's happening. Change your nickname and see if that helps. So Amber is saying they need to do a double date with her and her new guy. Child, they just doing any old thing on this season, child. Moving forward. Stan and Lisa. Now they riding around and they getting it on their way to the church and whatnot. Stan gets that sleeve caught up in one of those knotless braids. And she's like, ow. Well, girl, get that head together and you wouldn't have that problem. Y'all know how I feel about that hair. So they're back in the Lord's house. Praise the Lord. Lisa says she found God in prison and it was partly due to Stan. She's like, well, what church did you used to go to? Here you go. St. Joseph. Girl, honey, he went to the church of seeking arrangements, honey, because that's exactly where he found you. Stan don't know nothing about no church. He thinks that God is the Alpha Romero. Child, let's keep going. She's like, well, I'm not putting up with Stan engaging other women. But girl, aren't you engaging other women? Child, make it make sense. So they start talking to the pastor and whatnot, and she tells him that they met on an app where they have to pay for sex. He's like, well, I don't see it that way. She's like, I have the receipts. Oh, child, it's a fool. Listen, y'all, just get yourselves together. Y'all are in the house of the Lord. Don't start that. So the pastor's looking so confused, honey, and I'm wondering if he's really a pastor. Child, this is all so confusing to me. So the pastor goes, okay, we've got a foundation issue here. Child, it's more than a foundation issue. So then she says, I recently found out he's been texting that ex, honey, and we all know that Stan is probably up to no good. Stan said, well, she texted hello and I just texted her back. The thing about this scene, that has me laughing while I'm watching it to the point of tears is that they were just in the basement, tied up in a straitjacket with her tickling his prostate. Now she's a saint. Girl, I'm not buying it, honey, and God is watching you. Okay, I just want you to know. Y'all need to be repenting for those god-awful hairstyles and those god-awful wigs that y'all be sporting. But y'all, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. She said she told Stan she wants some kind of commitment. The pastor said, so what's the basis to stay in the relationship? She's like, sex. Stan said, well, we haven't had sex in a while. She's like, because I don't want to do it. He's like, okay, so you can't say it's sex. Stan is trying to convince the pastor that Lisa's a good person and a happy person. She's like, you make me miserable. Oh, well, tell us how you really feel. Lady, why are y'all here, huh? Why are y'all here? If he makes you miserable, then what are you doing here? What was the reason? In my Cardi B voice. Girl, what is wrong with you? So he was like, how am I making you miserable? She was like, the way you are, the way you act, who you are. Oh, child. So then she goes, Stan makes me feel like I want to be back in my prison cell. Yes, because your girlfriends are there. You are trying to fake it with Stan when you don't like him like that. So then she starts making up any excuse to get out. Girl, leave Stan and go live in your truth, honey. Puppy and Amber. Puppy is living with her boyfriend, Eric, even though this is a violation of her parole. And she said it on national TV, so get ready to get locked up. Puppy, what is wrong with you? Oh, child. She'd rather risk it all than to be at her mama's house, child. She goes in the backyard to tell him about the double date. He didn't look pleased, honey. He looked pissed and unstable. Now she's going to make him breakfast. Moving forward, Kristiana and John. Her and her mom go to look at wedding dresses, and she's having a wedding for real, y'all. I was like, girl, not you going to get a wedding dress? Okay, honey, they having a real wedding this time. She said, she is getting married in a week and she wants her sister to be in the wedding. Her sister said that she was coming because she's going to be the bridesmaid, but they have heard hide nor hair of the sister. So while she's trying on her dresses, her mom is looking for Tara. So she's calling, it's going straight to voicemail. So then her mom leaves a voicemail because she's worried that she's back on drugs. So she's like, put the pipe down and answer me, or I'm sending someone to your front door. Bang, bang, bang. What in the... Child, mama sound like she a part of the mafia. I'm like, what is happening? So Kristiana comes out in her dress, child, but no matter what I see her in, it always looks like she's in a costume. So, child, I don't know if it was cute or if it wasn't cute, honey. I could not be bothered. Sean and Sarah. He calls Sarah to talk. He's like, it's cold outside and I'm alone. Baby, it's cold outside. Honey, she don't care nothing about that, okay? She don't care nothing about it. And that's exactly what you get. You get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. That's exactly what I tell my 6-year-old. So he's like, I have nobody here. So she's like, are you trying to tell me something? He's like, well, I moved all the way out here with you because I thought we were going to spend some time together. She's like, well, I didn't ask you to do that. So then he starts telling her about all the plans that she flakes on. I don't care, Sean. You know why? Because you do this all the time. You uproot your life and you chase prison puss across the country. So this is what you deserve. This lady doesn't even know her child, honey. She has to be reintroduced to the world and her kid. He's telling her, look, all we do is talk on the phone. Anybody can do that. I can do that with anyone. So then he drops the ultimatum. Meet up or go our separate ways. Separate. What we gotta do, separate. Shout out to Avant. Brittany and Marcelino. They are getting ready to go knock on Robert's door, right? So they get there, they hop out, U-Haul, ready to pull everything out that they own. They go up to the door and he slams it in their faces. Honey, I would have walked straight in. First of all, the house is wide open. Second of all, why can't y'all just bum rush him? Marcelino, what are you doing? So he's in there and won't allow them to enter, even though their names are on the lease and they're being evicted. Marcelino is like, I need to keep Brittany from going to jail. Well, bruh, you standing so far back, you may as well have been at the house with the kids. Child, what is happening, honey? And that was the end of the episode. Y'all see what I'm talking about? It was a filler. But luckily, last night we had our live and we had a good time. If you missed it, child, catch the replay. Please comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I thought it was a snooze fest, but maybe that's just me. Don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.